to move over to Randy Moss country, where Cliff from Fairmont, West Virginia joins us. Cliff, go ahead with your question to Pete.
Hey, Pete. Nice. Hey, I have an opportunity to talk to you. My question was relating to some of the young stars that we have rising up in the Vikings right now, in particular Everson Griffin and Harrison Smith. Why is it that guys like this, and a lot of times on a team like Minnesota, aren't nationally recognized as soon as players on other teams in bigger markets like New England or Dallas or such, or whatever? Is there something else that the team could be doing to market their players better nationally? And I would add to that, being in West Virginia, for example, I can only ever buy Adrian Peterson gear. They never have, even in the NFL shop book, typically, it's up until this last few years, it used to only carry one or two Vikings players. Another team would have 5 or 6 different players you could choose from.
Well, yeah, and I would assume that it's probably the same way with teams like San Diego Chargers and some other teams, the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you get some of it is geography. Your East Coast teams are going to garner more attention from the media. I mean, ESPN is located on the East Coast. I mean, look, every time the Yankees play the Red Sox, every game's on. You got to win a few Super Bowls to kind of get there. I mean, Green Bay is kind of a team du jour. It epitomizes what the NFL has done right, and that's having a team in a small town, a complete flyover town, and still having them be one of the more popular teams in the league. But trust me, if Green Bay turns in a couple 6-10 seasons and 4-12 seasons, they're going to be forgotten about extremely quickly. Your Chicago Bears, your big market teams are the ones that, they're the ones that are going to, dominate, the T-shirt business and the jersey business. And I don't know if there's really a whole lot you can do about it. I mean, having Adrian Peterson has kept the Vikings on the map for quite some time, and losing him, it's going to lose. If we lose him, it'll lose a lot of attention, for the team. So, you mentioned 2 players, Everson Griffin and Harrison Smith. I think they both had good years, and I think they did so for different reasons. You look at what Zimmer did with Everson Griffin. They paid him all that money in the offseason, more than what a lot of people thought he was worth. Not a top tier contract, but a really good one for a guy who, let's face it, hadn't done a whole lot. And everything you heard was that Zimmer had his foot up his ass the whole time. And whatever he did, Everson Griffin responded. Everson Griffin played better and was more productive, not because he's that much better of a player than he was a year ago. Effort. It was effort alone. I saw Everson Griffin put forth effort like I had never seen before out of him. And usually guys do that going into a free agency contract, not in the first year after they get paid. Normally that's the year that they, get an injury or two and kind of just hang out. I mean, Everson Griffin played at a better and a higher level because of the just pure effort, chasing guys down. How many reverses and fake handoffs did you see Everson just chase the guy down going into the flat? I mean, he had a really, really good season. The sack numbers kind of slowed down a little bit toward the end, but you kind of knew he couldn't keep up that pace. He's not Reggie White. He's not John Randall, but much better season. Now, Harrison Smith, I think, is a guy that's going to benefit from a scheme. He's going to benefit from a coach that knows how to use him, to let him use his brain. And I think the most underrated part of his game is his ability to come down and run support. He can come from 14 yards deep, read the run, take a beeline to a running back and bring him down, and I mean down right away. You don't see a lot of safeties who can run like that, be able to tackle in space the way Harrison Smith does. And as he gets better and is able to do more, I think Zimmer has enough arrows in the proverbial quiver to put him in position to succeed. So I think you're only going to see more out of Harrison Smith, and you're only going to see more out of Everson Griffin. So, but 2 very good examples of guys that I think have benefited from the new regime.